yeah. But I think that I'm done tripping. I'm tripping. I've been sipping.
What's up, Lala's World? I'm here to talk about the time I got bullied in school. Yeah, I got bullied. Yeah, I got bullied. Nah, it's like I'm not done playing. Okay, so in high school, okay, because I was a big girl, like in high school. Okay, let me start in the beginning. Okay, like when I was in high school, I was always the girl that was by herself, or I was always the girl who sat alone at like at a table by herself because I felt like people wanted people that I was in high school with wanted people who had name brand clothes, name brand this, name brand that, and I wasn't that girl. My mama was struggling. My mama was struggling. We had food stamps, like all of that. We were struggling. Like we went through so much issues that it was to the point where my mental and my physical started crashing. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of, I used to be skinny. Like I was a big girl, but I was medium big. You know what I mean? If y'all know what I mean. But when I was like medium big, I started eating more. Like that was my way of coping with things because I was so stressed out from everything. I was the oldest child. At this time. My mother only had 3 kids. I was the oldest child. Also, I was my mother's backbone. So at this time, I was really like, everything to my mother because, you know, like like my mama always told me I made her who she is. You know what I mean? So like at this point, at that time and period, it was just like, oh, okay, like little bitch, okay. But yeah, like, so I used to go to like school and I used to be like walking to school, and then the girls that I used to be walking to school with used to be like, there go that fat girl. And I would look around and, you know, I'm looking like if they talking about somebody else, but they talking about me. And it just got me to thinking, like, got me to thinking. Then when I go to school, I be like, and then one girl was like, oh, don't let that affect you. I was like, I'm not. And then when I was going to school, I was walking into class. I was walking into my class, and one of the girls bumped me. Like, she bumped me into the locker, and I was kind of mad because I was just like, why would you bump me into the locker? Like, I'm not doing nothing to you. At this time, I didn't know how to fight. I didn't know what I allow people to bully me because I was scared to get kicked out of school. Like, I was always the girl that got straight A's, that, you know, stuff like that. So after that, I was just like, I'm not about to give these girls what they want. I'm not about to get them what they want because they want me to go like this. They want me to go head to head with them. But I'm not going to give them that because I'm not trying to get kicked out of school. Like, that's what's the focus in the back of my head because, like, my motivation was to finish high school. Like, so then what happened one day, I had got embarrassed so bad where the point where I had to call my mom and I was crying like, Mom, these girls. Because one of the girls had pulled down my pants while I was walking because my pants was big. They was like sweatpants, and she pulled down my pants like in the what you call that, the locker rooms for the girls, because we had locker rooms for girls, we had locker rooms for boys, and we was in the locker rooms getting changed, and I just pulled my pants up for gym, and she pulled my pants down, and the whole locker room started laughing at me. I felt so embarrassed. I ran out of the locker room because I was embarrassed. I was like, why would she do this? Like, that broke me to the point where I felt like I was bullied. I felt hurt. I felt like I didn't know what to do. Like, at that moment, I just broke down mentally. Like, I went to my guidance counselor. I was like, if you don't put me in another class, if you don't put me in another gym period, I'm gonna break down, and I'm gonna go into a mental stage. So at that point, I was just like, I can't take it no more. Like, I'm ready to like go. Like, I'm going through all of this because people don't understand that bullying is something that could cause somebody to either kill themselves or harm themselves. And at this point, I'm like, my guidance counselor put me in another lunch. She put me in another lunch, but that didn't stop it because in this lunch period, these 4 girls that was in high school bullied me, came and sat at the table. They was in my class. They was in my class doing English. They were in my class for English. And when they was in my class for English, we had to write a paper on like our life story, and I like literally told my life story of how my father wasn't in my life. My mother raised me as a single mother. We didn't really have it all, so I didn't really have designer, you know. So at this point, at lunchtime, they're bullying me because they're like, oh, you're a bastard child. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're that, you're this, all of that. Like, they saying all of this, all that stuff to me, and stuff like that. But my whole thing is like, people don't realize like mentally that can break somebody down. Mentally that can make somebody feel like they're lesser than what they are because you're bullying them. Bullying somebody doesn't make you better than somebody. It doesn't make you popular. It doesn't make you feel like you're the queen of the world. Like, if you bully somebody, that makes you weak. I got bullied for 3 years in high school. 3 years in high school. And in them 3 years, I wanted to commit suicide. I harmed myself physically, mentally. I harmed myself. Like, but let me tell you something. 3 years in high school, them 3 years in high school showed me a lesson because it taught me that I can stand by myself and I don't need nobody. Yeah, my mom came to my defense, but when my mom went back home, I was there by myself. By myself, without my mom. For them high school years, I had to deal with that. I had to endorse the pain of being bullied because I was big, or because I was too quiet, or because I had not name brand. Some people can't afford name brand. Some people don't have it all. Some people just don't got it. And what people don't realize, just because you have name brand and just because you got long hair, or you got bundles, or you got bundles that go all the way down to your butt, or your bundles is like A1 or how they're raw Indian, all that, doesn't make you better than the next person. Because at the end of the day, we all wearing horse hair. We all wearing hair that was taken from somebody else to give to us to add on to the hair that we got. If I take this hair out right here, I would still have hair. At the end of the day, people don't understand that I was bullied all during high school, but I had to learn how to love me. And not only for the sake of being my mother's backbone, but I had to learn how to love me because I have a sister who looks up to me, and I will not allow someone, and I have nieces, I will not allow someone to tell my nieces that they're not beautiful because they quiet, or they're not beautiful because they don't rock name brand. Because if you tell my nieces that, my sister's so cocky, and she only in what, 5th grade. So by the time she gets to high school, she's gonna be like, I'm beautiful. And guess what? That's how me and my mother taught her. Because at the end of the day, you supposed to feel like you're the baddest. Years ago, I felt like I was ugly. I felt like nobody wanted me. I felt like I wasn't loved. I felt like all these things just because of the simple fact of I was bullied. And I feel as though like a lot of people don't understand, bullying is something that could take you to harm's way. Like, bullying can make you commit suicide. You bullying somebody can cause somebody to go and cut themselves, or cause somebody to take a whole bunch of pills, or cause somebody to hang themselves or cause somebody to feel like they're not wanted or they should kill themselves because this world is better off. Bullying does not make you feel. Bullying does not make you better. Period. So my whole thing is when people bully somebody else, it makes me feel like you're weak. So what I want to say, regardless of if you're being bullied in school, never let someone make you feel like you're less than them, because you're beautiful just the way you are. You don't have to have no fancy clothes. You don't have to have long bundles. You're beautiful just the way you are. And trust and believe, if you're like me and you were in high school and you were bullied, go and you feel like your mental is kicking in your mental, please go get help, because it's not worth you losing your life over people that's not worth it. And I know that for the simple fact. Bye, Lala gang. Don't forget to hit that notification button, and don't forget to like. Wait, pause. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button so every time I upload, you get that ding. Love ya. Bye.